everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to crack the code on something a lot of people are curious about, earning a steady income from dividends. We're going to break down exactly how it works using real numbers and even a sample portfolio. So yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start with a really specific question. A tangible goal: how much money do you actually need to invest to generate 20,000 rupees in a single year just from dividends? It might be more than you think, it might be less, but by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to figure it out. All right, first things first, we gotta understand the mechanics behind all this. And the good news is, it all comes down to some really simple math. Seriously, it's just one core concept and one easy formula. And that one core concept you absolutely need to know is this: dividend yield. If you take only one thing away from this section, make it this term. It's basically the annual dividend a company pays out, but shown as a percentage of its current stock price. For any dividend investor, this is the key metric. Now, what's really cool is how we can use that yield. Check this out. Here's the formula that's going to unlock our answer. The investment you need is simply your desired income divided by the dividend yield. This little formula is the main tool we're going to use to find our magic number. So let's start plugging in the numbers. Our first variable is the goal, right? The income we want to make in a year. And like we said, that's a nice round 20,000 rupees. Next up, we need the dividend yield. Now, this number can be all over the place, but for our calculation, let's just use a safe, pretty realistic average of 5%. This is a very achievable number if you have a good mix of stable, dividend-paying stocks in India. Okay, so putting it all together, our equation looks like this: 20,000 rupees divided by 5%, which as a decimal is 0.05. It's really that straightforward. And drumroll, please. The answer is 4 lakh rupees. That's it. That's the amount you would need to invest, assuming that 5% average yield, to hit our target of 20,000 rupees in annual dividend income. Okay, so we have our number 4 lakh. But you know, a number is just a number. The real question is, where would you actually put that money to work? So let's move on to a sample portfolio and see how this could actually look in the real world. Here's just one example of how you could slice up that 4 lakh rupees. As you can see, the largest chunk, 30%, is going into a stable performer like ITC. The rest is spread across several high-yield public sector stocks like Coal India, REC, and a few others. Now let's look at the actual numbers. Okay, let's dive into the details. We're putting 1,20,000 into ITC as a kind of stable core holding. Then 80,000 goes to Coal India for its high and pretty consistent payout. The rest is spread across other solid dividend payers like REC, PFC, ONG, and even a smaller slice in IOC. Each one is doing its part, contributing a piece to our income puzzle. So what's the grand total? When you add up the expected dividends from all of those stocks, it comes out to roughly 20,800 rupees. So hey, this sample portfolio not only meets our goal, but it actually beats it by a little bit. Pretty cool. Now, before we get too carried away, it is time for a very, very important reality check. The numbers look good, for sure, but investing for dividends isn't some magic button for free money. There are some crucial truths you absolutely have to understand. So here are 3 big ones. First, dividends are not guaranteed. A company can cut them or even stop paying them at any time. Second, you'll notice that many of the high-yield stocks in India are public sector undertakings, or PSUs, and they come with their own unique set of risks and rewards. And third, and honestly, this is the most important point, the stock's price matters more. A high dividend is great, but if the stock price tanks, you can still lose money. Real wealth is built from both income and growth. And that brings us to a more sophisticated way of thinking about all this. Instead of just chasing income, let's look at a smarter, more balanced strategy. One that's designed not just for dividends, but for building real, long-term wealth. Let's just compare the two approaches. On the left, you've got the dividend-only strategy, where you're focused 100% on high-yield stocks. But on the right, you've got a smarter, balanced 70-30 strategy. Here, 70% goes into dividend stocks for that income, sure, but the other 30% is invested in growth stocks. This gives you both worlds, income and the potential for that price to go up, which is how your portfolio's value can really grow over time. And that leaves us with a final question for you to think about. As you look at your own investments, ask yourself, is your portfolio built just for income, just for growth, Or are you trying to strike that really powerful balance between both?
And of course, just a quick reminder, all of this is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. The stock market always involves risks, so you should always do your own research, or even better, talk to a certified financial advisor before making any decisions. Thanks for watching.